Hi everyone. Our study is called Contextual Control and Choice Allocation on Gambling Behavior. The purpose of the current investigation was to evaluate the influence of program contextual symbols on choice allocation of college students during a simulated slot machine task. The simulated slot machine task was performed using Visual Basic software. 8 participants were presented with 2 concurrent slot machines differing along a single contextual dimension, where the overall rate of reinforcement was held constant across both machines. Choice allocation was presented in terms of the matching law, and baseline results suggested that participant choice allocation was not under contextual control. After completing a relational training procedure, results indicated that there was a greater bias toward the contextual slot machine with the classical music. This was demonstrated as a deviation from matched responding. The effects of relational training using control of contextual symbols on gambling behavior are examined and discussed. Gambling has spread rapidly throughout the United States. It is defined as a behavior that involves risk of some commodity of value on the outcome of a game or event, with an outcome of chance. Little research on gambling exists. Research we do have supports the theories that pathological gambling can be decreased through the use of behavioral analytic strategies. A model put forward by Weatherly and Dixon was based on the idea that gambling and pathological gambling was linked to the choice-making process. We can better predict the choices they're going to make in the future gambling opportunities when researching the choices made under the control of contextual variables. RFT, or relational frame theory, can be incorporated into the idea of self-control as well, which is an important aspect to consider within the act of gambling. There were 8 undergraduate college students as the participants for this study. They were enrolled in a Midwestern university, and the average age of the participants was 19.75. All participants gamble no more than once a month. The setting was at the library at the Midwestern University. 2 laptops were placed on a table. The table had 14 chairs. The area of the room was 20 by 10 feet. The walls were plain except for a whiteboard on the east wall of the room. Here's our pre-exposure task.
Find treasure.
In the conditional discrimination training, there were 2 sets of stimuli. Stimulus set A were negative pictures. They were of an eviction notice, someone being sad, and debt. In stimuli set B, there was a mansion, someone very happy, and a lot of money.
Choose one. Try again. Choose one.
Yep,
That's right. Choose one.
Yep,
That's right. Choose one. Try again. Choose one.
Yep,
That's right. Choose one. Choose one. Yep, that's right.
In the post-exposure task, participants were exposed to the same slot machine as the pre-test condition. Participants were again provided with the same instructions to divide up their time on both slot machines. The post-exposure task lasted 15 minutes, and IOA and results were calculated. In this graph, response allocations across the concurrently available slot machines during initial exposure were shown. Response allocations to the preferred slot machine, B, the one that played classical music, during initial and final exposure to the slot machine, showed that after exposure, the percentage of responses were much higher. This study compared to Zlomke and Dixon's 2006 study on gambling behavior. Choice allocation was determined on the 8 participants. Transfer of stimulus function was derived across all participants. There were some limitations. Two laptops were used as the slot machines. Participants were not gambling real money. And for future research, we could study participants in their real setting at the casino, and we could use it to help people with gambling addictions.